Good morning. Wow, let me try that again. Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Dr. Milton Ruff, and I'm the principal and director of the Fort Hays Metropolitan Education Center, this beautiful school in Columbus City Schools, and it is our pleasure to welcome you here today for this generous and fantastic promise to our students. I was in class with students earlier, and they understood that. They got it. Some of them stood up and were dancing and in the aisles and you know, doing things that normally they wouldn't be able to do in class. But we were so excited to have them hear that news, and I got an opportunity to share with them. So again, thanks and welcome to all of our dignitaries, our superintendent, to our mayor, to our council, to Dr. Harrison from Columbus State. So again, thank you and welcome to Columbus City Schools Fort Hays Metropolitan Education Center. And at this time, I'd like to turn it over to Council President, Mr. Hardin.
Thank you, Dr. Ruff. What a morning. Thank you, Dr. Ruffin, for welcoming us. Let's give it up for the ambassadors that welcomed us all in. That's why we are here today. More hopeful this morning about the future of our city because of these bright students. And so it is a pleasure to be here. Somebody was telling me, Dr. Ruffin, about the kids seeing the video this morning and how they were cheering, and someone said, well, just wait till their parents here. Well, if you look beside me, this is what partnership looks like. This is what partnership looks like. We in Columbus stack hands, come together, and we solve big issues, and we create promise for our young people. We are here today to share with you an idea to help turn dreams into reality. The concept is simple. We promise our Columbus City School students, starting with the class of 2022, that if they graduate, they can go to Columbus State to start the next phase of their education of job training for free. We promise that we have their backs, and our students and their families won't face the peril of student loan debt if they get a certificate or an associate degree at Columbus State. State and federal leaders have discussed this for years, but we shouldn't wait. That's why we're getting started locally with the Columbus Promise. Our community's got a problem that ultimately boils down to two sides of the same coin. Neighbors are working too hard and making too little. Meanwhile, local companies can't fill good-paying jobs. The connection is access to quality training and education, good jobs in IT, the construction trades, healthcare, and even culinary arts. They all require training beyond high school. I hear about it all over town, talking to my neighbors at the Kroger Caucus on Main Street to boardrooms at Nationwide, AEP, and Chase. I hear it from moms and I hear it from dads, pastors and coaches, and even our local union presidents. Our kids deserve a chance to learn and earn and start their dreams here in Columbus. And Columbus is stepping up with our partners to test the Promise program and give them a debt-free path to good-paying jobs. Or help them transfer to programs at other colleges like Ohio State or Central State or Denison. The fundamentals of this program are easy. We are making a promise that if students meet basic criteria like graduating high school and completing the FAFSA, then money won't be a barrier to get a credential or a degree. I think that is worth celebrating. We will even provide up to $1,000 a year towards unexpected expenses, a flat tire or extra books, all with the goal to help our students finish their degree or certificate. We are losing geniuses right now, but the Columbus Promise gives those students another shot at their dreams and to find their potential. Columbus is still the place where our young people can fulfill their dreams. A student at South can have a dream to be a nurse to help fight this pandemic. A student at Northland can have a dream to be a lawyer fighting evictions down at the courthouse. A student at my alma mater, Kaz, can dream of getting a certificate or a degree without taking tens of thousands of dollars in student debt. Speaking of which, as a COS graduate with more than $150,000 in student debt, yes, you heard that right, more than $150,000 in student debt, I know what it means to personally be 18 years old and have to wager your future just to get to college. This is an opportunity for kids in Columbus to take a different path, a path that can lead to a good-paying job without saddling themselves with a lifetime of debt that makes it more difficult to own a home and obtain the American dream. It takes a lot more than just the city, so I'm grateful to the teams of researchers, to the teachers, and the others who spent the last 2 years taking this idea from the back of a napkin to a fully developed program for our young people. And if the first 3 years work in phase one, we hope to grow the partnership to more students, to more school districts, and more college partners. I want to say a special thank yous, a couple of special thank yous to my friends at Columbus City Schools. Dr. Dixon, your leadership and partnership, I am so grateful for. To Katina and all those at I Know I Can, thank you so much. And to my friend, Dr. Harrison at Columbus State. We started again this conversation 2 years ago, and never once did he say, no, I don't think so, or this maybe is not right. He was all in, and I am very grateful for your partnership. Thank you. And in the spirit of the Columbus Way, this is not just nonprofits, it's not just government coming together. Our private sector partners have stepped up in an amazing way, I want to celebrate them as well, AEP, DLZ, the Columbus Foundation, and so many others who have stacked hands to make this promise to our students. Free community college is realistic and doable because we are doing it together. There are no silver bullets in public policy, but the Columbus Promise is for all. And I believe it's something for our city, our district, and our families that we can all be proud of. I personally hope that the Columbus Promise can help students and families fulfill their dreams. At this point, I'd like to introduce a true partner in this effort, a person who called me in the depths of the pandemic and asked, how could we make this idea that we kicked around 2 years ago happen? We called our friend Alex Fischer and we said, well, let's do it. And I am very, very grateful to bring up my partner, a leader to help that got this done, Dr. David Harrison.
Thank you so much, President Hardin. Got to admit, I'm feeling a little underdressed. Best dressed man in the room, that's for sure, I can tell you. I really appreciate this opportunity, really appreciate this energy. I was told I wasn't supposed to thank everybody, but I have to take a minute and thank President Hardin. He started this conversation over 2 years ago. And you think about what the leadership he's provided in so many other areas over the past 2 years for him and his team to really work this through to this point in time deserves our great appreciation. Please, one more round of applause for President Hardin. And very grateful to our partners, Columbus City Schools. You'll hear from Dr. Dixon in a minute, and I Know I Can, and Katina Fullen. There is a lot of uncertainty right now in the lives of students and families. And through Columbus Promise, our organizations are working together to eliminate that uncertainty. We're designing around the student experience, not forcing the students to live with our experiences through our organizations, if you know what I mean. And Promise is a real catalyst, I think, to changing the way that students experience our great higher education institutions throughout our community. That starts with students' goals. For those pursuing a bachelor's degree, our preferred pathway program at Columbus State that guarantees admission to our university partners upon completing their associate degree at Columbus State is by far the most affordable pathway to a bachelor's degree. For most students, the goal is a good job leading to a successful career. And this is where I think the Columbus Promise stands out from other programs nationally. Employers are leaning into this program in new ways and designing job opportunities, paid internships, and mentorship opportunities for students, in some cases immediately upon graduating from high school, while they're completing their associate degree or technical certificate at Columbus State. The ability for the private sector, the employer community, to wrap their arms around this process, I think is going to be a game changer for so many students. At Columbus State, we will provide Promise students with unique support structure to ensure success. Personal coaches will work with small groups of students to make help unavoidable in both academic and non-academic needs. Special programming that starts before high school graduation will help with college readiness and career exploration. The business model for the Columbus Promise is based on a strong public-private collaboration that's already well underway. We estimate that phase one will take about $9.5 million for 3 years. And we're off to a great start under the incredible leadership of Mayor Ginther and President Hardin. The City of Columbus has committed $4 million. Columbus State has committed $1 million. And we've already got private sector commitment of over $1.5 million towards our goal. As I welcome Superintendent Dixon to the podium, I want to take a moment to thank her, certainly for the partnership, generally for her commitment of her and her team to Columbus Promise, but a personal note of gratitude for her leadership, her steady leadership through this pandemic. We talk a lot at Columbus State about tone at the top, and Superintendent Dixon has provided that for Columbus City Schools and for our entire community. And for that, Dr. Dixon, we're personally grateful. Thank you.
Thank you, President Harrison, and thank all of you that are here today. I want to just mention President Hardin for just another second and just remind our students that he was a Columbus City School student who went to college, came back home, and is serving in his city, and it was his brainchild to start this strategy. So think about that. He left, came back, and look at what he's doing for students that sat in the seat that he sat in. So that deserves another hand of applause, I believe. So this moment marks a historic opportunity for the future Columbus City School graduates. From the first time students step foot into a classroom, parents and teachers alike focus on life after high school. Go to college, find a career you love, consider opportunities in the military. As partners in their success, we share a responsibility to expose them to those post-secondary experiences and pathways. And that is exactly what we are doing today. The Columbus Promise is another example of our city and community leaders wrapping their arms around Columbus City School students and investing in their future. The Columbus Promise has the opportunity to change the trajectories of CCS students. The program will allow college students to become a reality for many students, especially when you're talking about removing one of the biggest hurdles, tuition. The degree that they can earn from Columbus State Community College could very well be the first college diploma earned in their family. Whether they decide to continue their education or enter the workforce, they will be equipped with the knowledge and skills to make an immediate impact. This is what we want to give them, a promise of a brighter future, a future rich with life-changing educational and financial opportunities. And while we're here today to focus on the class of 2022, I'm equally excited about what this initiative could mean for our students in elementary and middle school. We have been very intentional in aligning post-secondary readiness in our K-12 space and ensuring that our students embody the attributes outlined in our portrait of a graduate: adaptability, communication, creativity, critical thinking, global empathy, and technology. With the support of our business partners, we will be able to expose students to career fields earlier. We have a chance to get on a college campus sooner and paint a picture of what the experiences that are waiting for them when it's time for them to graduate from high school. Everyone here shares a similar vision of what the future of our city could and should look like. It starts with a promise like the one we're all making today to current Columbus City School students, seniors, and the graduating classes that will follow. The education and experience we will afford our students an invaluable, and I am incredibly grateful to work alongside these dedicated leaders, creating a new pathway. On behalf of Columbus City Schools, thank you. Thank you for this opportunity for the students that we serve in our city. Thank you for your partnership. Thank you for your commitment. And thank you again for putting Columbus City Schools students first. And now I would like to turn it over to our board president, the Board of Education president, Jennifer, who's also a Columbus City School graduate, Jennifer Adair.
Thank you, Dr. Dixon, and thank you to everyone who is here today. Now that you have learned a little bit more about the details, let me talk about why it matters to our students and our community. So first of all, in order for this to be successful, not only are we making the promise to our students, but we are making the same promise to ourselves. Each of the partners has a specific role that they play in making sure that this pipeline works. And so that commitment extends from our business sector to our nonprofits, to our government, to our elected leaders, to ensure that we are each holding each other accountable for our role to make sure that this is successful. So our role at Columbus City Schools is to make sure our students are ready. And Dr. Dixon outlined how we are going to do that and the exciting future that we have planned with our Portrait of a Graduate and all of the work we're going to do. And with our partners that help us every day, like I know I can, to get our students ready to make that next step. And what this promise is a promise of nice handoffs, soft handoffs with supports, making sure that that pipeline is free of leaks, so our students can flow straight through to ensure that they have a bright future. The promise is to you, and the promise is for all of us to ensure that that commitment happens and to invest in the pipeline. Students, I want to say something to you. As you heard Dr. Dixon just say, the class of 22 is the pilot. You are also making a promise that you will afford yourself of this opportunity so it comes for those after you. So class of 22, we need your support. We need you to make the promise and the commitment to all the students after. Do what you need to do to take advantage of this promise. My board members are here today. I'd like you to wave. One of our board members, board member Cole, always talks about the belief gap. And that's what this promise is stepping in. Students, we believe in you. Your city believes in you. We need you. We need you to be the next leaders. And that's what this promise is about. So President Hardin, Mayor Ginther, our president of our county commissioners, and myself, president of your school board, are all proud Columbus City School, or Columbus Public School when we went, graduates. This is about that promise, giving back to one another, creating spaces where you are successful, and making sure that we, as your partners, hold ourselves accountable to ensuring that this continues. So thank you so much to everyone here today. Thank you to the students who I know are going to fill out those FAFSAs and find yourself on the campus of Columbus State next year, and really making sure that this promise stays for those that come after. So I'd like to now have our mayor, another graduate, Whetstone, come up. Again, thank you for this opportunity to address you today.
Good morning. What a great morning in the city of Columbus. Couldn't be more excited to be here on the campus of Fort Hays, where my younger sister attended and got an outstanding education. And so excited to be here today. Just a special note. The council president and I talked about this idea, I think, early on in his council presidency. And I tell you what, I have never been more proud to call him a partner, a colleague, an outstanding public servant than today. Even a global pandemic would not stop this council president from getting this done. Please give a round of applause to Council President Shannon Hardin. So I'm going to be brief. You all know the details, the greatness of this program. I am here simply to preach the gospel of the Columbus way. We do public-private partnerships better here than anywhere in America. And this is another great example of that, lifting up our kids and giving them the upward mobility, the chance to build wealth, the chance to pass it on to their children, and to transform their lives. And public-private partnerships are good for economic development, helping us grow the fastest growing economy in the Midwest, help us revitalize our downtown, transform our neighborhoods in Linden and Hilltop on the south side and so many other ways, help us reduce African American infant mortality by 28% over the last 10 years. Think about what we can do for Columbus families, Columbus City School graduates, and their children by honoring the Columbus promise. So I'll close by simply saying this: join the movement. Follow the lead of Ram, Janelle, Jeff, so many other private sector leaders. You don't have to be a member of the partnership. You simply need to raise your hand and reclaim these kids as our kids and their future as our future. So with that, I am so pleased to introduce an incredible partner. I Know I Can is such a powerful, great organization for so many young people like me, like Commission President Boyce, Council President Hardin, President Adair. I Know I Can helped me get to college. And now, I Know I Can is going to help so many more of our graduates. Please welcome Katina Foley.
Thank you, Mayor Ginther, and I was so excited to be able to share. I was going to have everyone raise their hands who are I Know I Can grant recipients, but so thank you. How about you raise them? Raise them. And Columbus City School graduates, T Streets over here. We have so many Columbus City School graduates, Columbus State Community College graduates, and ROM and others. So this is such an exciting day for I Know I Can. For 33 years, we have provided Columbus students access to the information, knowledge, and resources they needed to make college a reality. And we made a promise to the students of this city that if they dream big and they work hard, we will be there to help them. And today we continue to honor our commitment as a partner in this new initiative. So how is this going to work? Working together with Columbus City Schools, I Know I Can will administer the Columbus Promise program. We have college advising managers in each of the Columbus City high schools who, alongside school counselors, We'll help market the Columbus Promise. We will help counsel students on completing the applications, on completing the FAFSA, and of course, applying to Columbus State. Our team is dedicated to the class of 2022 to make sure every student knows how to become a Promise Scholar. But we can't do it alone, and we need everyone in this room to help. The students need to complete 3 important steps to become Promise Scholars. It starts with every student filling out the FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid. We all call it the FAFSA. It's the first step in securing money for college, free money for college. We need moms and dads, guardians and grandparents, coaches and pastors, friends and neighbors. We need you all to be talking about the FAFSA. We are going to create a FAFSA frenzy in this community, right? We are ready to go. So over the coming months, we need your help to get the word out, not only about the Columbus Promise, but also about the importance of FAFSA completion. Remember I said free money for college. You don't need to know how to complete the FAFSA. You don't have to worry about that. I know I can, school counselors, Columbus State staff, we can help students do that. You just need to make them aware of both the promise and of FAFSA completion. In addition to the FAFSA, 2 more simple steps for students. One is that they need to complete the Columbus State Community College application for admission, and 2, they need to complete the Columbus Promise Scholarship application. And on November 15th, that application will go live at cbuspromise.com. So 3 steps: FAFSA, Columbus State Community College application, and the Columbus Promise application at cbuspromise.com. So let me end by sharing one more time just how grateful I know I can is to be a partner. You know, we've been providing grants and scholarships to students for many years, and this isn't a substitution of one for another. Students will be able to become a Promise Scholar and continue to receive additional support, financial support for college. With all that said, we are so thankful for the incredible public sector partners that we have in this effort. You see 2 very important ones right here, the Mayor and Council President Hardin. But we also have private sector advocates, and chief amongst those advocates is Columbus Partnership President Alex Fischer. Please help welcome him to the podium. Alex.
So let me offer my thanks to everybody that has been recognized to date. I am so proud to stand with everybody on this stage, with everybody in this room. As the mayor said, this actually is the best example of the Columbus way. The public sector and the private sector coming together to make a difference in our community. So I want to talk to the young men and women here on the front row. 15 years ago, when you were in diapers, we in the private sector made a promise with the public sector that we were going to grow the fastest growing economy in the country. And today we lead the Midwest, and we're the center of the Ohio economy, we're the center of the Midwestern economy, and we have fulfilled that promise of economic prosperity. But we realized a couple of years ago that we were falling short, because not everybody was participating in the prosperity that's happening all around us. So our promise to you all, the future leaders of our city, the future leaders that are going to stand on this stage and they're going to lead this community, is to make sure that you participate in the economic prosperity of this community. And this is one of the ways that we make sure that that is possible. to make sure that each and every one of you and all your colleagues all over this city have the opportunity to go and fulfill your potential. And it's very selfish from all of us that are standing here, because we know if you don't do that, Columbus is done. But if you do that, we will continue to lead this city and be the shining star in this country of places that are growing their economy and making sure that everybody enjoys that success. So we promised a little bit of economic growth many years ago, but today we're promising that you're going to participate and be a part of that. But we want something in return from you. We want you to be on this stage in another decade, using what you will learn to give back to this community, to give back to companies, to give back to your families, and to be the future leaders. So with that, I am so proud to be here, but I am so excited because I look in your all's eyes and I realize that our future is absolutely unlimited. So thank you. It's awesome to be here. When we had a conversation about this, my phone lit up. Jeff Edwards texted me and said, "Who do I call?" Janelle Coleman, the president of American Electric Power Foundation, was one of the first people to raise her hand and say, "We are absolutely in." And when they both told me how much money they were in for, I said, "Holy cow, this is absolutely going to work." Ladies and gentlemen, Janelle Coleman, the American Electric Power Foundation.
Thank you, Alex. I am so excited to be here, and I'm actually a little emotional as well. Thank you. I needed that interruption right there. So I want to thank Council President Hardin, our superintendent, Dr. Dixon, the mayor, others, Alex, for inviting AEP to be a part of what I would consider to be one of the most special moments in the history of Columbus City Schools and our partnership with I Know I Can in Columbus State, at least since I have been in this community. On a personal note, I am a first-generation college student. The first time I stepped foot on a college campus was on a community college. And it sparked a curiosity, an interest in me. It planted a seed about what I could be, or at least the possibility of what I could be. And so to be here today representing American Electric Power Foundation in the role as president, but also as a partner to this community, a longtime partner with this community in moving forward educational opportunities for all, it's just a really special day for me. So I want to thank, again, Council President Hardin, Dr. Dixon, Katina, my bestie over there, for inviting us to be a part of this occasion. AEP and the AEP Foundation has a long commitment to partnering with Columbus State, Columbus City Schools, and our overall community to ensure that we are helping to prepare people for not just the jobs of today, but the jobs of the future. And we can only do that by investing in our youth and investing in education and investing in opportunities and removing barriers for our young people to be able to reach for those opportunities and snatch them when they present themselves. And I believe that is what the Columbus Promise is setting all of us up to do, to be partners in that work and making sure that we are moving educational opportunities forward for our young people and removing barriers so they can aspire to be whatever they want to be. Do we hope you come work at AEP? Absolutely. But if you don't, that's okay too. But we just want to make sure that those opportunities are there for you. So I am very proud to be here to represent my CEO, Nick Akins, the AEP Foundation, and to be an early investor and partner in this work. And I know that there are many more corporate partners out there that are going to be stepping up very soon. Please hurry, because we need you, and we want you to be partners in this work. I'm really excited to introduce a friend and another corporate partner who stepped up very early, and that's Rajadhyaksha, the CEO of DLZ.
How's everyone doing? So my name's Rajadhyaksha. I'm one of the owners of DLZ Corporation, and we're a little bit more underground than a lot of the firms on stage here, literally because we do water, sewer engineering. So we have 900 people based in Columbus, but we work worldwide. Some of the projects that you probably have seen that we've done, the iconic Main Street Bridge downtown, the Fire Station number 2, and we're working on the state-of-the-art Franklin County Correctional Center on the west side of town. Now, we hire about 100 people every year, and guess what's really difficult to do right now? Hiring 100 people a year. And so when Council President Shannon approached me about this, the Columbus Promise, we're in because we need the help. We need the economic development, and we need the pipeline of the new workforce and new leaders coming out of the program. I also have to say that I am a product of Columbus State. I did 2 years, my first 2 years of my engineering education at Columbus State, and I had a fantastic experience, and I think that Columbus State is the perfect partner for the Promise program. So thank you. And finally, I just want to express my appreciation to the Council President Hardin, the Mayor, and everyone else on this stage for giving us an opportunity to be part of this program. We are super excited and very thankful to be here, and congratulations to all of you, and good luck.
Good morning. My name is Jeff Edwards. I'm the President and CEO of Edwards Companies and also the President and CEO of Installed Building Products, IBP. And I am thrilled to be here this morning with all of you at the initial announcement of this unbelievable initiative and program. And we're thrilled as a company, and I'm thrilled as an individual to support it both financially and as an employer. And sure, we could talk about this in a selfish way as an employer, and I don't mean that in a bad way. That's great, and it's also good for all of you. But maybe at the end of the day, the most important thing about this program and the most important thing about this for our community is it's just simply the right thing to do. So from an emotional and a philosophical perspective, we're all in, and we're super pleased to be here and couldn't be happier. So, and I'm also thrilled, and I have the distinct pleasure of being able to introduce a senior here at Fort Hays, Kofoworola.
Good morning, everyone. Kofoworola is my name. I'm sure you're wondering, what kind of name is that? Well, let me tell you. The name Kofoworola means one cannot buy success with money or wealth from within. My name can cause a bit of ruckus, but I promise it does not go without explaining. I was born in the United States. In fact, all my siblings were. But in Nigeria, where my parents immigrated from in the early 90s, parents named their children based on circumstances during pregnancy or what they envisioned for their child's future. My entire life thus far has come with a struggle of confidence with my name, especially because of questions like that. I was named after my grandmother, but that's not the only reason why I was given that name. I was named Kofoworola because my parents saw me as a gift, their wealth. I was their success. They prayed for a girl and they received. As I got older, I began to see the significance of my name, especially when I started to develop and think about my future. Growing up, I was picked on a lot for my ethnic name, like many other African kids. When people would ask about my name, it was never for knowledge purposes. It was to be comedic. It caused me to question if I fit their world, our world, the idea of success, the white American dream. That American dream is the perception of having a pile of money, going to school, getting an education, going to an Ivy League college. But we don't all fit this mold. That mold is a distant memory built around an archaic idea of what success can be. An idea that often does not include minorities in that picture, that does not include trades in that picture, and undermines the many stories of success that we have across our nation. In our sophomore year, we started talking about college and preparing for the ACT, and our eyes grew large with hopes and dreams of going to college. But as soon as senior year came around, things changed. Money and test scores became a significant factor, a barrier. It was like everyone was talking about it, but their voices died. We came to a conclusion that dreams come with a price tag. A monetary one, yes, but our livelihood too. The livelihood of today's youth is burdened with the fear of disappointing our families by failing to make something of ourselves. So some of us vacated our dreams because we cannot make something of ourselves if we do not have the ability to break through these barriers. Sometimes we overlook Columbus State because it's a community college, but I can assure you, you do not want to pass up on this opportunity. This opportunity is not just a promise, it's access, a key to dignity, unlocking the door to a hallway of doors, to staircases, to climb out of the pit of self-disappointment to the light of opportunity of a future. Free college is this key to this American dream. I know not everyone believes in themselves, but I believe that everyone is meant to be great, including the undocumented, the firstborns, AKA second parents who help raise their siblings because mom is working all night, the students who struggled with their mental health so much they couldn't achieve the grades that they were capable of, the students who work full-time in conjunction with their schooling just so their families can eat. This is for you. I believe that this opportunity should be given to every student of every class. Everyone is meant to find their Kofoworola, their wealth from within. This can allow everyone to become their greatest self. No matter what score you got on your SAT, ACT, or what GPA you have, or how much money your parents bring in a year, or what struggles your life brings, this is for you. This is your opportunity to find your wealth from within. This is your opportunity to step into that greatness. The Columbus Promise is a blessing that not many cities have, even know of. For us in Columbus City, we are grateful. And on behalf of the class of 2022, thank you, Columbus Promise. Thank you for believing in us, and thank you for helping us believe in ourselves. Thank you.
And thank you, Ms. Sholesi, for making me cry today, being the first to make me cry. That could have been the press conference right there. That could have been the press conference right there. What Ms. Sholesi just spoke about was the promise, is the promise. This is for everyone. This is for all of our students, for all of our community, and I'm just so grateful to be a part of it. Thank you. So what's next? Over the course of this school year, students need to keep working to graduate and fill out the FAFSA to take advantage of this opportunity. Then the first class of Promise Scholars will start at Columbus State in the fall of 2022. But we have important things to do before we get there. First, our community has to make sure our young people know about this opportunity. Across the district, seniors are hearing about the Columbus Promise today in their classrooms, in their schools. But we need faith leaders, we need parents, we need coaches to spread the word to the new Columbus City School graduates that they can attend Columbus State for free. We want folks to sign up for more information at cbuspromise.com. As Katina said, students will be able to apply as early as November 15th. And this is the thing about the application. So she said 3 steps: do the FAFSA, do the application to Columbus State, and do the application for the CBUS Promise. But this is the cool part. This is the application where you know the outcome. You know the outcome. You get to go to college for free if you do those 3 steps. So we are asking all community members to wrap our hands around our young people. The name of the game for the frenzy is completing the FAFSA. So we need all hands on deck to get all of our students FAFSA eligible. We have, let's see, you can visit cbuspromise.com and attend Columbus City Schools virtual family engagement session tomorrow, Thursday, November 11th from 6 to 7 p.m. on Zoom. Families can sign up to attend that session at www.ccsoh.us/RSVP, and we'll make sure that folks have that. We're going to analyze how Phase 1 goes, and after the first 3 years, we as a community will determine how we proceed. And while there are a lot of details, the most important element is our community's promise to our young people so that they have a chance to achieve their dreams. So I want to thank all the partners here today. Again, the foundation, to all the private sectors, to Alex, to my friend Dr. Dixon and Katina, and certainly to David Harrison. This is our promise to our young people. Thank you. Speakers will stick around to do one-on-one interviews with folks, but I think there's also, I think someone said, a reception downstairs afterwards. So thank you so much for being here.